Welcome everyone. This is our week 6 post-game press conference. We have a lot of special guests, a lot of entertaining content. But first I'd like to announce that, I'm going to be making a TikTok and a Twitter, and the links will be in the description of this video. So please follow there and let's get underway. All right. Good evening, Kirk. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I'm coming
Yeah,
off a big win.
Yeah, you look really good right now. Not like you fitted up, you got the suit on.
After this win, I was 1-4. I
Yeah.
manager called. He was like, Kirk, you had a amazing performance. I got a new suit this week because of that win. So I'm feeling phenomenal.
All right. All right. All right. First question. After being last place in last week's power rankings, your team bounced back and performed very well. What do you have to say to your doubters?
These power rankings are ultimately, I went down 6, I went up 6, I went down 6, and I'm back up to 5. Like, I don't know what's going on in the power rankings. I'm not consistent there. All we know is for sure is I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the playoffs. I got Justin Jefferson now. We're just waiting. He's gonna come back. It's gonna be all good. My running backs, Pollard, Mostert, they're just grinding. Doubter was saying shit, man. I was in the bottom of the table, but all I'm saying is like it's only up from here. I started from the bottom and I'm coming up. I'm coming up.
Yeah, you're coming, aren't you?
Yeah. This is last week was Kirk Cousins' first week without Justin Jefferson, and safe to say he did not look good. Are you going to continue to start him moving forward?
Kirk Cousins is not the guy for me. I've been really impressed by Tua. My selections for my quarterback have not been stellar. I'll say it. I'll take responsibility for that. But moving forward, Tua is my QB1 for sure.
Can I get a roll tide from you? If you just show me you really mean it.
Roll tide.
Thank you.
All right, those are all the questions from me. Y'all are welcome to ask questions.
So first, can you say sorry to me just for taking Raheem Mostert? And I took out with the torn ACL. I just want to hear you say sorry to me.
Ankit, you know what? I'm sorry about that trade. I know I gave you Mike Will and he got injured that same week that I think Mostert popped off, but that is really unlucky trade. I think that was about even when it happened, man. And I'm only wishing you the best of luck. I hope in the future we can have a great relationship between our two teams and many great trades for years to come.
You know what? You might be the nicest person in this league. I've never seen such a nice response from someone in one of these.
It's all about fostering friendship within this league. It's more than a game. It's just guys being dudes. So
yeah, that being your team is not worthy of number 7 in the power rankings, but like I'm happy for you though, I guess.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah.
Let me look at this team more. Curtis Samuel, are we see? Oh, Tony Pollard's on 5. Okay. Why not? This team is trash. I don't want to hear it.
What happened to the niceties? What happened to the friendship, man? This team is trash. Where's that coming from?
I'm a grade A piece of shit.
Nice.
English, please.
I'm a grade A piece of donkey doo-doo.
Where are you in the rankings right now? I'm not trying to talk about you, but
we'll get that. He's gonna get interviewed later. We'll get that. We'll get that later. It's all about you right now.
Exactly. It's all about me and JJ waiting room. Give it up. Finally made the team name change. I think it was time. I think we're all just waiting to see what JJ can do when he comes back. And honestly, he's gonna take me to Super Bowl.
So what's gonna happen? I have a question regarding JJ. Do you have any lingering fears that say the Vikings just aren't in a good place. It's not looking like they're going to win the division. Wild card might be hard depending on the way things go. And he's coming on his contract year. You think it's possible they might shut him down? Do you worry about that at all?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's really, Vikings, also Kirk Cousins, I have him as well, and he's pretty bad. There's not much to say there. It's more of like, we're going to see. Am I confident in my team? If I don't have JJ coming back, it's 50-50 there, I think. I wouldn't be confident starting these receivers that I have right now in the playoffs, I think. So gonna need some sort of value from JJ coming back. Hopefully that works out for me.
Okay. Yep. And I think your receivers, Michael Pittman's pretty good in all honesty. So, it might work out for you.
Yeah.
Do you fear this matchup that you have with Sparsh this week at all? I know he's a pretty Mickey Mouse player.
He is the Mickiest motherfucker I know, dude. This guy should be in the mud 3 times over and 6 feet under. Like, this guy is probably the most hated player in this fantasy league. And I'm just here to go 3-4. I'm not going to start any drama or any beef between me and Sparsh. It's just a matter of business, and I'm the better business. And we're just gonna tough it out this week and hopefully beat them.
Real professional response. I appreciate that.
Of course. Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. What was Joseph thinking? Like, how did you get Jefferson? Like,
Yeah, let's
how,
go
like credit,
digging into that
credit to
trade.
you for making this trade. Like, oh my goodness.
Let's
But
I
going back to
kind
it,
of do the nitty gritty of it.
we haven't asked you. We haven't like, what were the talks like between you and Joseph leading up to this trade for like with the Justin Jefferson, Jahmyr Gibbs? Like,
And
what were the talks like?
before you start, let me ask: did you guys kiss each other at all?
what kind of questions? No, no. There was no PDA. So no.
So it was private. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, it was private. It was private, but behind closed doors, maybe we can't say for sure. But yeah. So apparently he was like literally grinding that entire like probably like 4 hours, just like messaging people to trades. And I came in pretty late as a cycle. It came down to, I think he was I was about to get him, I think, for just Nico Collins. Uh, Wait, let me pull up the trade. Who was it? It was essentially like I was almost about to get away with not even giving him Higgins, which I was trying to keep Higgins.
Oh my God.
He was down bad. I don't I don't know what happened. Uh, but he's actually playing just not to lose now, which is surprising from him. I think his team has been historically like not very not bad. Like, I think his first year he was up there flying
Yeah,
for a bit.
he was the 1 seed. I was the 2 seed. Those were
But like going back to this year, like okay, these are all questions for Joseph though. Like, I want to know, like you know what? Moving on. All right. You made this trade. It looks very successful as of right now. Like, it's only been 1 week, of course. But what other moves are you looking to make to improve your team?
Yeah, I think I can improve tight end. George Kittle, like, he had a really impressive game, but I think there's really just better tight ends, or at least I know the position in general is pretty kind of a wasteland right now. But I have picked up Conklin, and maybe like that's more consistent, like 6 to 10 points a week than like a boom from Kittle. So we're considering that. I think right now I'm trying to improve on my flex position. I'm confident in Cooper Pittman, I think, going forward. And then of course trying to have Moster Pollard as my RB1, RB2. I did pick up Antonio Gibson. I don't know if he's really going to do that much. He's been putting up some points.
He's a certified veggie in my eyes, but my eyes, I don't have very good vision at the end of the day, so I wear contacts.
Yeah, yeah. Jameer Gibbs is supposed to be like I think my RB3.
This might be the time for him, especially with Monty out. So we'll see.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So that was.
Are you looking to start him this week with Monty out?
If he's healthy, he's definitely getting started for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I
think those are all the questions for you. But your team is looking really good. I know it's only been 1 week, but I think that's been like a definition of your team. Like 1 week, like you look at like a contender. The next week, you're looking like someone that could finish last place. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Good evening, Ankit. How are you doing?
I woke up this morning pretty depressed. Sat in the film room during basketball, still pretty depressed. Then I had TJ text me about trade offers, and then I was like, wow, I just want to shoot myself. This kid is a terrorist. And so yeah, here I am.
All right. First question. Your team continues to struggle as they lose their third game in a row. What needs to happen to turn your season around?
Honestly, I think it's going to end up being a trust the process kind of deal. The injury bug is really what's killing me so far this year. And I'm really starting to finally feel healthy. So I'm looking at hopefully I'll win this week, playing against an opponent with some guys on bye. If I can't win that, then Lord have mercy that I'm tanking. Huh? Someone say something. Okay. Wait. Is my shit frozen?
Yeah.
My internet connection's unstable.
Oh, Wi-Fi.
Well, Ministry of Defense.
Weird.
I think it's the signal.
Oh wait, I'm back.
All right. Just
Where did I get cut off?
You didn't answer the first question I asked. I said when needs to happen to turn your season around.
Yeah, I'll repeat my answer. It's gonna end up being a trust the process kind of mentality. Injuries really hurt. But I'm hoping with a healthy Austin Eckler, healthy Aaron Jones. I've got 3 top 20 receivers. I've got Patrick Mahomes at QB. And I think my tight ends, either Musgrave or Jonnu Smith, serviceable enough. All that, I think that should get the job done. Madison, if I need an average guy, just sitting there on the bench. Maybe Jonathan Taylor ever gets hurt, then I have Zach Moss, who's instant RB1. I feel I can trust the process a little bit here. If I can't beat Ravant this week, who's got some guys on bye, then I'm selling the whole team. But hopefully we just start this week and then we build off of that. Rome wasn't built in a day. So yeah, it's really just wait, and I think things will work out.
All right. This past week, you suffered it was a close loss. You're coming into Monday night, you were projected to win, but things didn't really work out your way. Just take me through how you were feeling in that Monday night football game.
So I was in the shower. I was watching the game in the shower. And so I was really happy. I was like, hey, the Chargers are at the 1 yard line. And then here I see this guy, Brandon Staley. They're Lord have mercy. Like, what? Throwing a touchdown, okay, one thing. But he has to throw a 1 yard touchdown to Keenan Allen, the one guy my opponent has. Amog, you luck boxed it. Congrats. You luck boxed the win, dude. Because at the end of the day, that's a 6-point swing. That stuff makes a difference. And it really hurt because there were times where I could have had a field goal from Dicker the kicker, but instead I have some old 4th down shenanigans. Can't even convert on those. So it was just really infuriating. I get the notification, oh, Austin Eckler's in the red zone, and then I turn it on, and then he's just knocking to the rock, and I'm like, what are we doing here? But it was one game. They were coming off bye. Dallas is really good when they play after a loss. And they have a good defense, so I'm hoping that it was more of an anomaly rather than something to last throughout the season. But I have faith in Eckler and I have faith in the rest of my guys.
Amog, you have anything to say to Ankit after his response?
I think you should have known. I mean, Austin Eckler always off an injury. He's going to have a slow start. Keenan Allen, you can call him a touchdown merchant for that 1 yard catch, but I think they tend to go that way pretty often. Keenan Allen is, especially with Mike Williams out, is Justin Herbert's number one target, even though he's pretty old. He's older
He's
but
a
wiser.
senior citizen.
So he's older but wiser. So they go to someone they can trust. Austin Eckler coming off an injury, I can see why they wouldn't go to him on that play. And yeah, it is unfortunate that did you see the end of the game? Eckler dropped a ball in the end zone,
I did. I saw that.
and that would have swung the game completely in a different direction.
I was
But
I was a little sick to my stomach. I can't lie.
yeah, no, that was a good ball too.
The only reason I wasn't depressed because I was making such great progress on the Cary Bengals fantasy football website. Thankfully, brought me a lot of
Yes.
joy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just I'm just glad to have won one of these for once instead of getting beat like by Sparsh, by some Mickey.
I mean, yeah,
week 2.
it's just luck box, Mickey Mouse, just definition of he needs to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But yeah, speaking about Eckler, sources tell me that you might be looking to move Eckler on. Is this true?
I'm gonna say this is not true at the moment. Um, I'm simply listening to offers. But I'm not gonna lie. If you trade for Eckler, you're going to lose the trade. So you have to be willing to live with that, is what I will say. That's all I have in regards to that. Yeah. There was I will say there was the makings of a 3-team deal happening today.
All right.
Those 3 teams, I will leave. I it may not even be my team, but sources are telling me.
Do you guys have any more questions for Ankit?
Thoughts on your wide receivers here, your Chris Godwin and Marquise Brown. What are we doing with them?
And Christian Kirk, well, they're actually very underrated. They haven't been really getting enough respect from everyone, I feel like. Because you look at the stats and they're really just playing great this year. Christian Kirk, after a lackadaisical week 1, just on fire, just 14 points or more every game, which is what I love to see. Marquise Brown, he's getting averaging at least 8 or 9 targets a game. Love to see that. And he's been consistently getting, other than last week, 15, 14, 16 points, which is also great. And now Chris Godwin might start to thrive more, especially with Mike Evans being a little injured. And they were playing some tough defenses, but I think he should start to see an upswing in points. So I think there's a lot of good upside with those guys.
Gotcha.
I do have a question for you also.
Yeah, let me hear it, Mo.
So you drafted Patrick Mahomes 22nd overall.
Yes.
And that's a pretty high place to pick a quarterback. But his production, despite him being number 4, has been sub 20.
Yes.
Consistently. Do you think you wasted a pick?
It's all hindsight at the end of the day, really. But yes, it has become a little frustrating. At QB, I felt that, just not recent years, there's an especially positional advantage at QB when you have a really good QB because there's just a lot of middling QBs like Kirk Cousins, like Jesus Christ. So I made that pick and I kind of had faith that, if I had the best running backs and the best QB, that's a good combination. The problem is just that, there's been a lot of times where he throws the ball, gets to like the guy gets down at the 2 yard line, then I Pacheco just Mickey Mouse in the touchdown for my guy. So there've been some things that I'd want more. I won't call it a wasted pick yet. We're only 6 games into the season. We got a long way to go. But sure, there are some regrets right now. I might change my strategy next year. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'll ride with my guy. Unless anyone wants to trade for him, then I'll listen to it. I'm always listening. That being said, I'll ride with my guy.
Interesting.
All right. I think these are all the questions that we have for you, Ankit. Thank you for being on here.
Of course, and I'll hope to be back next week with we'll have a product to show.
Good evening, Amog.
Hey,
How are you doing?
good. How are you,
I'm
Mr.
good.
Commissioner?
Thank you for asking. All right. First question. You are now 4-2, and you sit third place in the league. Who do you credit for your success?
Oh boy, it's got to be Keenan Allen. I mean, he has been just unstoppable over the past few weeks. Week 1 was mediocre, but then 31, 45, 12, 21. Like he was the reason I won last night. So he's been phenomenal as a value pick. Alvin Kamara also coming off that bye or coming off that 3-game suspension. He's been a solid 21, 18, 17. Like, he's a solid RB1 numbers. And he's really helped me pick up the slack that Bijan Robinson has been giving me since he's fell off the past couple of weeks. I still believe in him long run. I think that they'll realize Desmond Ridder is not that guy, so they'll have to run the offense through that running back, which means more coming Bijan's way. But I think my team's held up pretty well. Evan Ingram was a surprisingly consistent tight end. It's been very rare to find tight end production for the past few years, but he's a solid 11 every week, which you can't complain too much about that. He gets 7 to 8 targets a game. Would like more yardage, but no touchdowns yet. But hopefully that comes as the season progresses. I do have one regret though, which is dropping Adam Thielen week 1. That would have really completed my team and made me feel very confident going into future weeks. But now I'm really struggling to find that flex.
All right. Going back to last night, week 3, you go into Monday night, you close matchup. No, week 2, sorry. Week 2, close matchup against Sparsh. You end up losing that game by, I think, by 0.3 points.
Yeah.
But, coming into Monday, you're projected to lose this game against Ankit. You only have Keenan Allen left to, hopefully get you to win. How confident were you going into Monday night?
That's a good word. That's an interesting question. I was not that confident. I was concerned that, Austin Eckler, now that he's back, is not going to lower Keenan Allen's production at all. Now that Herbert has another reliable target to hit on the backfield, and Ankit had a kicker playing, I was a little nervous. But, game flow really dictated this game. The Cowboys are a high-scoring offense, and because of that, they passed up on some red zone field goals, which worked out in my favor because no red zone field goals means potential touchdown passes and more catches for Keenan Allen. Similarly, towards the end of the game, as the game progressed, I got more and more comfortable because I could see, okay, they're going to have to pass the ball because they're down in this game. They're trailing. They can't run the ball at all. They need to pass to get yards. And who do you pass to but Keenan Allen? So as the game went on, I felt more and more confident. And especially at the end when, as much as I hate the Cowboys, I was glad when Justin Herbert threw that pick because I knew at that point there was no chance of Eckler or Dicker getting any more points, and it was secured.
I had this your team is looking really good right now, but I had to say that your weakest position is probably your quarterback with Brock Purdy and Russell Wilson as your QBs. What changes are you looking to make in that position, if any?
Right now, I am not looking to make too many changes. Brock Purdy is QB9, which other than this past week, rather, he's been pretty consistent. Past 3 weeks, 20, 21, 26. That's QB1 numbers. He's definitely shaky, and I think that Russell Wilson, especially glad I didn't play him, but I think that he's also been okay. But from now on, for now, I think I'm fine with my. I am okay with my quarterbacks. Now, as the playoffs come and the competition gets tougher, I think I may need to make some moves. I think I have some bench players I can use to benefit some teams to trade up a peg in quarterback, but those moves will be made at a later time. I think for now, I'm going to ride with my guys.
What
Uh,
do you,
uh, no,
oh, no, go ahead, Rishi.
no, I'm just saying that those are all the questions for me.
Okay, I was going to ask, what do you think about Patrick Mahomes?
He's good. I like Patrick Mahomes, so I may have to do some thinking about that trade because I see he's also likely to be traded,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yes.
And so I may be reaching out to you shortly. Also, I'm glad that Garrett Wilson's finally getting the targets that he's been needing
He had
to
a
finally
great
produce.
game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, he had a great game.
I was
12, 8. He looked great. And Zach Wilson's starting to look a bit better too, which I think is a good sign for the Jets overall. Because if he can squeeze them into the playoffs, there's a slight chance Aaron Rodgers comes back this season, right?
yeah.
So they're going to need to keep throwing the ball.
I think if Zach Wilson gets the Jets to the playoffs, I think they ride with Zach Wilson. Like they're
I
gonna
just
have to,
even
right?
last
Like
even last week, like Zach Wilson, they should have destroyed. They should have blown. They should have won that game easily. I think the way the Eagles are playing,
yeah,
Yeah,
the
the Eagles
offense was
turned it
just
over
so
4
bad
times. Yeah.
that
yeah.
they couldn't produce on it. So I think it was more, they were being held back. The defense played great, but they were being held back by the
That is
quarterback.
true. That is true.
The Wilson production was definitely encouraging, going into the afternoon slate, I was like, he's like Wilson's projected like 14. I think he'll get like 6. I was like, the Eagles defense is really good.
Right.
I think they'll just get to Wilson. He's not gonna be able to complete much. They got some good corners out there in Philadelphia. So I was like, he'll go under his projection. I was feeling great. And then he ended up killing me. I was like, damn, this base is cooking.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. He's hit or miss, but I think he's good, and I'm glad I have him on my team. I regret picking him as early but injuries are hindsight, right? But he's been good enough. I think he's been a good borderline wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. But Keenan Allen's really picked up his slack, so I'm not as worried.
Yep.
And if I may, I find it quite interesting how some players, I can come here with a normal shirt, just chill, but some players, their teams are so bad they have to compensate by trying to dress up and make a big deal out of it. So I think maybe looking at the team rather than the individual, we'll see a big difference in terms of who's going to win the playoffs.
So I have to ask, are you referring to general manager of JJ Waiting Room, Kirk Broadbelt?
This is just for the general room. I don't want to call anyone out, but
do you have anything to say, Kirk? Do you have
just an
anything to
observation.
say?
Man, if you could dress well, you would, and evidently you can't. So
I don't need to. The numbers speak. That's
we'll see.
just my
We'll
mindset.
see about that.
That's my mindset for the season. I just wanted to let that be known.
We'll see, bro. We'll see.
You like next week you got a strong opponent. It's gonna be a good matchup against Amon another level, which is TJ's team. They're also 4-2, and they're like right under you. They're in 4th place. What are you looking forward to that? And what are you looking forward to in that matchup?
Well, I'm a little nervous because I have who's on bye? I had someone on bye, so I'm really big on bye. Well, I have Garrett Wilson on bye, so I need to hope for a coin toss which is always the case with the Denver receivers. So I'm hoping that happens and I'm a little nervous seeing how well that Saquon is back and healthy. Ramondre had a good game. Amon-Ra is another cheat code. But the fact that DJ Moore has a backup quarterback playing, which is hampering his numbers down, makes me feel a bit better going into next week. And Puka hopefully being replaced back to his original, early on position with Cooper Kupp's return. I don't feel as bad anymore going into next week, but I'm a little nervous. But we'll see. Once that Thursday night game hits and we see Kamara's production hopefully ramp up, I think we'll be fine.
Amo, just because I'm in Atlanta, is there anything you want me to relay to Arthur Smith? Any words or actions of any sort?
Yeah, definitely. Tell him this. You're playing the Bucks, right? The Bucks are, I don't know who their corners are, but they're probably good because I just think they're good. And they have a bad quarterback. So this offense needs to run through Bijan Robinson. It needs to run through Bijan Robinson. He needs to be getting 15 to 20 carries a game. Desmond Ritter should be dumping the ball off to him because he's the elite pass catcher compared to Tyler Algier. Algier? Yeah, he's the better pass catcher. I'm hoping 20 carries, 5 to 6 catches, a touchdown running, a touchdown catch, 100 yards on the ground, 50 on through the air, and they blow out or they win the close game against Tampa Bay. That's the game script. You can ask the NFL for it. I think that's what Arthur Smith should be reading tonight in preparation for Sunday.
So if say Arthur Smith doesn't do that this Sunday, is there anything you'd want me to do?
I would like you to do nothing yet because I'm going to give him another week or two. Bijan had a good start, right? I think that these past couple weeks have been an anomaly, but I'm not willing to call it that until I see a recurring pattern. So 1 to 2 more weeks, then we may have to relay some messages to Arthur Smith. But for now, you have to let him trust the process.
Man,
Right now, it's just a little phase.
you are a lot nicer than a lot of the other people on the street. They want Arthur Smith somewhere in a bad place.
Well, the worse they do, the more they have to dump. The worse they do, they have to dump it off. So, to some extent, okay, it's okay if they suck.
Yeah.
All right. I think those are all the questions we have for you, Mo. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks.
Let's just talk about how you're feeling about the general state of your team. You're 2-4. I had an encouraging start to the season, 2-1, and now you've dropped 3 in a row. Just general feelings, and just how you feeling moving forward.
I'm just gonna say it. It's not a good feeling losing 3 games in a row. It's not a good feeling losing it all. We've had a strong start, but there's nothing we can do right now. We're 2-4. We have to move forward. Season isn't over. We just gotta find a way out of this hole. But I knew like this past 3 game stretch was going to be tough. We're playing the top 2 teams in the league, and Drake and Travis and Hemi Heroes, and then the other game was against my league rival Disney Pixar baddies, who just always beats me every year. But I was hoping to at least get 1 game out of that. But we moved. Nothing we can do now.
So I'm gonna ask, Christian McCaffrey getting hurt. Luckily, he avoided a lot of long-term uh like damage or anything like that, day to day. But do you feel any fear at the running back position? Whether it's you feel a little thin at all? Because just off of first observation, it's a little thin out there.
It is thin out there. I'm not gonna lie. It is a little worrying, but I think I think a lot of teams in this league are thin at running back. I don't think it's just me. But at the end of the day, Christian McCaffrey is the most valuable player in fantasy, and I think many people will agree with that. Um, you know, Thankfully his injury wasn't serious. Hopefully he can come back next week. But if he doesn't, it'll be next man up, and we'll look to get this win next week.
Okay, yeah. And then I've heard that the trade mill has been open for you. Looking to do any moves in the next in this next week, or just kind of hold and wait and see.
I mean, I'm open to anything. Nobody's bigger than the franchise. Of course, nobody's bigger than the team. If there's a move need to be made, that move will happen. So, like, if anyone, my line is open. So if anyone wants to have a move made, there's talented players on my roster, and there's needs for me and you. So let's get something done.
So I've got one last question, then I'll let the rest of the guys here ask. Do you think that having your team logo is a Lakers logo?
Yeah.
Do you think that's affecting the play of your team at all? They're feeling a little trash, a little Mickey. You think any of that's coursing through them?
I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with the Lakers logo. I don't really know what to say to that. But all I'm gonna say is that is right now is October 17th, Tuesday. You know, I think tomorrow that Lakers logo will not be there. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Can we, can you give us a insight into what it might be, or we have to wait and see?
You just have to wait and see.
So you're shifting away from Cam Akers being your star boy.
Yeah, I think that's what you can get on my last response.
All right.
Interesting. All right, I have a question for you, Rishi. So, looking at Jackson Smith and Jigba's numbers, he has been, bad to say the best. Are you all surprised with his usage in this offense? Do you assume he would take a bigger role, or do you think that he'll end up blossoming into something later this year, or is it going to take a few years?
Coming into the season, he was actually hurt, so I was expecting him to be out for a few weeks. But he ended up playing week one, and I knew like as a rookie wide receiver behind two very good wide receivers in his offense, he's not going to perform very well at the start. But doing some research from last week's game, he's had increased routes run, increased snaps played. He's running more downfield, and hopefully, like as the season goes by, he will get increased workload. And honestly, like he's just an injury away from just one of his teammates, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, like injury of them away from being a very good player. So we'll see what happens. Like the thing is, he is the most talented wide receiver in the 2023 draft class. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
It's a very, call it a hot take, but we'll let it slide for now.
Matthew Stafford has pretty much stayed within the range of 10 to 15 points a game. Are you looking for maybe a Kirk Cousins to slot in there for you, or another quarterback perhaps?
Maybe, I'm not sure. I think if Deshaun Watson plays next week, he's going to be starting. Matthew Stafford last week was his first week on the team, Stafford. But
Are there any ethical concerns about playing Deshaun Watson?
I've answered this question.
Are you
before.
happy to win points off this man?
If he gets the job done, yes, I am. If I get the win, I'm happy. That's what I'm saying.
Now, describe how happy you feel.
If I get the win, I'll be very happy. I respect women though. I respect women, but if I get the win, I'll be very happy.
That's a great response. I appreciate that.
Respect women in this league, on and off the field.
Wait, can we just clap it up for Ricky? Can we clap it up? Damn, no one clapping it up for him. Damn, we can't even.
Thank you guys. Thank you
for
guys.
respecting women on and off the field.
I clapped it off.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad we all respect Rishi for respecting women on and off the field. Yeah, I don't got anything else.
Y'all got any questions for me as commissioner? I think that's always a good one.
Anything coming up that we should be excited about?
There is a few things coming up. I don't want to go too into it, but I said this at the start of the video. We're going to have a TikTok and Twitter, and we have something special to make. So I'm not going to announce it right now because at the request of someone in this league, they told me to just wait on it. But it's something very special coming up for everyone. But
it's a good time
we're looking at. Sorry.
It's a good time to be a Cary Bengal.
It is a very good time to be a Cary Bengal. It's a very good time to be a part of this league. We're looking to take the next step as a league. All I'm gonna say, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, we're looking to take the next step as a league. Like I'm like I've said this many times before. When it comes to fantasy football leagues, I think that we're the best out there. I don't think there's anybody that I know has made a better fantasy football league than us as a league. So I think we have the most competitive fantasy football league. We have the most entertaining. We got the best members, and we're looking to make that next step into publicizing our league to the world.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. I think you made a good change as well, having essentially guest writers every week do the recap. I think that adds a
Yeah.
certain level of
Hmm.
unbiasedness and new perspective coming in
Yeah.
from
It
different
takes
teams.
some work off of my shoulders, and it makes the league better.
Have
Yeah.
you have you given any thought to appointing an associate commissioner?
I have, but they like I like I was we I don't know how to really explain this, but I have this like this entire time, this like for a long time. I don't know who is going to be. I think we might have to have like a little election or something like that. but but I got some candidates, so I got some candidates. I'm not going to say it, but I got some candidates for sure.
Uh, they're very exciting times for this league.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like
You
20
know,
years from now, we're just going to be talking about how tough are we as we get into whatever year the Cary Bengals that is. I don't know how to do
that
math.
is true.
So year 27, year 28 of the
No,
Cary Bengals.
you're 29. This is the ninth year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but we come a long way since the first year.
Yeah,
I
Ted was
think
in the
in
league.
this I think in this meeting room I'm the only one that was in the league, and I wasn't even a commissioner at the time. But yeah, I think that the year after that, I think that's when the shit started to get real.
Yeah, I'm really glad I got an iPhone because then I was able to join the league.
Yeah,
My life would be I'd probably be loads happier right now if I still had an Android just so that I wouldn't be in this
I
league
know.
But
Dude,
here I
I'm like
depression.
in 2019 it was 2018, like my senior year of high school. I was in four leagues. I won every single league except for this one, and I was in the final. And I was so unhappy. I was so sad. And that's because I lost this league, but I won every other league. I probably won like back then, like $20 was so much money. Like I probably won like like $50. And I was so unhappy.
Yeah, no, this league will do it to you. I
Yeah.
care nothing for any other
Mhm.
league, frankly. So
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, like if you're not like the people in this league know like how hard this league is, and how serious it is.
like the money means nothing.
No,
To
yeah, and the money doesn't mean anything.
it's
About the trophy. It's about the
Yeah,
passion. About
it's about the bragging rights, about the trophy. It's about you know, I don't know, like it's more than just like that. Like if you win, if you can find a way to win this league, like that's a big accomplishment, especially now because like everyone is just good at fantasy football. Like especially in our league, like everyone knows what they're talking about. Everyone watches the right people. Everyone listens to the right people. Like I bet like every single one of y'all like have someone talking to you guys about like asking you guys for fantasy football tips and stuff like that. And
I don't know
hopefully like
about
we
Kirk,
can.
but I don't know about Kirk, but yeah.
man, I
Yeah,
swear.
Kirk, I'm just kidding.
shut your mouth. This is the greatest league ever. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, but we're looking to make it. We're looking to like as commissioner of this league, we're looking to make that next step as a league and to really publicize it and hopefully take this league forward.
So so
But yeah,
the other person in the room with me, he decided here. Let me remove the spotlight. Can you guys see my screen? This is what he felt about us talking about this league. But frankly, he's just jealous that he doesn't have what we
yeah,
have.
he's just jealous he's not in the league.
They say mad.
Like how's your Mickey Mouse league where half the members don't even send their lineup? Like how's that?
He
Like
is
how's
one of
that
those
league?
members.
Like how is that? How's a league where like every other week is a bye week for you? Like
Yeah, he's also from Alabama, so he doesn't have much
yeah.
going on. Yeah, we're tough.
Hmm. But yeah, I think that's everything that we need to cover for this video. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Please comment anything that we should do. Twitter and TikTok will be in the description. And thank you for everyone that came out.